My name is Hugh Lynch. I was born in 1952, which makes me 59, and I'm from Liverpool on Merseyside.
My name's Tristan Butler and I'm 16 going on 17 and I come from Old Buckingham.
I'm Samantha, I'm 21 in August and I live in Banham.
My name is Nick Turner. I'm 21 and I come from Attleborough.
My name is Gen Ellis, which is short for Geraint, but nobody can ever pronounce it, so it's always been shortened to Gen. I'm incredibly old and I come from Wales.
The band came out of a kind of newfound confidence in myself, which I know sounds very strange, but most of the bands I've been in my life, I've fallen into. They've kind of happened, I've been roped in, a band has come out of a particular set of circumstances. I'd never before set about to hand-pick a band that I was going to lead. And I'd finally got to the point where I was fed up being in bands where I would suggest all these wonderful songs to do. And people would go, nah, I don't like that. Nah, haven't got the guitar pedal to play that one. Nah. And in the end, I thought, I want to form a band where, yeah, I will decide what the repertoire is.
Slow, she's burning in your soul, whispers in your ear. Okay, I'll give it anyway. Just get me out of here.
And I picked 4 other people, 1 my own age and 3 younger. I enjoy working with younger people because they do bring stuff to the repertoire of the band that I might not think of. Of course, the best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. I didn't get a band that I could boss around and make them do anything I wanted. I in fact got this wonderful little band with 5 very distinct personalities who brought things that I would never have dreamt of.
I got guitar lessons off Hugh Lynch, the singer, and I became part of the band through that.
We used to have great fun working songs out together and so on. And then that happened about 2 years, for about 2 years on and off. I was doing guitar lessons with Nick. And then he got the job at Sainsbury's and he asked me for a testimonial. And in it, I said, I've known Nick through guitar lessons and would be very happy to work with him at some time in the future. And I thought, yeah, one day, maybe I will work with him.
Oh yeah, that's not your
Sam Murray was a pupil at the school and I had heard Sam singing at many gigs at school. and so knew her work quite well.
Hugh was my drama teacher in high school, and I remember I was ironing, and he phoned me up and said, yeah, in his way, he's like, yeah, I'm putting a band together. Do you want to sing in it? Something like that. And I was like, yeah, why not?
Well, Hugh was my drama teacher at school, and I played drums a little bit, and he said he was forming a band, so he asked me to join the band, and then 3 years later, here we are. So
Tristan, I knew, was a pupil at Buckingham, and I knew his drumming ability, and I thought, yeah, this guy's going to be good. And he was, and he is. Gen Ellis, who is the only member of the band who's older than me, Gen's son was a pupil at my school and was very, very active on the music scene when he was a pupil there. And his father began to, get involved in playing alongside him. And then said to me one day, would I teach him to play bass? So I began giving Gen bass lessons.
Well, I've played guitar with Hugh for years and years and years, about 15 years, I suppose. And he just said, I'm doing a new band, do you fancy playing bass for it? So, as usual, I said, yes, let's go, give it a go, and here I am.
Bobby's got a gun that he keeps beneath his pillow. Out on the street, your chances are zero.
I've played guitar for 7 years, and Hugh taught me for like the first 2, so I learned a lot from him.
properly since I was 12, so 4 years and a bit, yeah.
I started learning how to sing when I was about 12, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but then singing in front of people when I was about, I don't know, 15, 16 maybe.
My first band was called Ray and the Ravers, and we played at a school concert in December 1963. I was 11 years old. At that point, I was only singing. I didn't actually start playing guitar in ensembles until I was about 14 or 15. I'd always been the singer.
I played with this band since it started, which is about 3 years or so ago, but I've been playing bass for about 10 years, I suppose, and guitar, rhythm guitar, for years. I really can't remember when I wasn't playing. So yeah, a long time.
Influences, probably, I don't know, there's so many. I like all your typical sort of female vocalists like Eva Cassidy, Aretha Franklin people, but I do like my old classic rock stuff.
Oh, well, they're rather rooted in the 60s, Beatles and Eric Clapton and that sort of stuff. And I do like some popular classical music as well, sort of classic FM type stuff. So, you know, quite wide range of stuff I like. But I suppose it's Clapton and the Beatles are my real influences.
I grew up listening primarily to two kinds of music: country music and shows, musicals. I think from the latter, I got a sense of drama, of delivery. I always like to think of a song as something that's got to be performed, not just hitting the right notes. I want to deliver a song. I mean, undoubtedly, growing up in Liverpool in the 60s, you know, it's hard not to be influenced by the Beatles, if only in the fact that here were suddenly four young people who were from the city I lived in, and they were out in the world playing music, and suddenly there was something else you could do in Liverpool besides football that was fantastic. I was crap at football, so it had to be the music.
I don't really have any musical influences, although I did sort of listen to a lot of Green Day when I was sort of young and influential.
Well, I started off listening to the kind of classic, kind of rock, normal things. That's where I kind of get a little bit of my playing from. But Hugh introduced me to the word jazz, and no, he's been like my iTunes library. Every month he gives me like batches of CDs to listen to, and for the last years. And so yeah, I've got to know lots of different types of music from that. And so yeah, I mean, I love that kind of music. I love kind of a bit off the wall music, classical music. So I try and listen to as much as I can, really.
I would describe the band as anything from the Clash to the Foo Fighters, because Gen and Hugh sort of choose the older songs that we do, and me, Sam, sort of choose the newer stuff, and then Tris does his jazz thing.
Fun, definitely. Lots of witty banter, which is always great. Interesting at times when the kind of musical interests conflict. You know, Nick likes his stuff, I like my stuff, and you know, but together I think it makes kind of unique sound. So yeah.
Describe the band as a bit of everything. We just sort of throw together what we like and just play that. We do kind of typical covers, but the odd one surprises you.
The Brickmakers' blurb on their booklet described us as a hard-edged rock blues band, which I at first I winced, and then I thought, hang on, I see what they mean. We're not a blues band, we don't play the blues, but I think we bring an edge to the music that maybe some people might think of. I mean, Nick is the first guitarist I've worked with in a long, long time who has not come from the blues tradition. Nick has come from the music he listened to when he grew up, which was Foo Fighters and, you know, and all those guys. And that's where and that was what was quite refreshing, actually. It was quite nice, and is quite nice, to work with a guitarist who isn't worried about going wheedly, wheedly, wah, wah throughout everything. I quite like Nick's kind of very percussive, quite savage approach. And that's given the band the edge that I didn't know it was going to have when I formed it. So how would I just often say we're an edgy little covers band who don't do the obvious songs.
I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day. Nighttime, you'll sleep me never.
Well, I suppose it's multi-aged, and well, we play such a wide spectrum of music from 60s, 50s, 60s up till now. So I suppose I don't know. How would you describe it, really? It's very difficult. I mean, I prefer to do dance music, and some of the other guys prefer to do a mixture of other stuff. So I suppose we're influenced by each other.
Seems that she's gone. Somehow I am pinned by the hounds of winter. Howling in the wind. I walk through the day, my cool around my ears.
Favourite songs form, probably the one we've done the longest, which is Take Me to the River by Eva Cassidy / Al Green / whoever else did it.
Take Me to the River is my favourite song to perform because it's really easy to play, it's really fun to play, and everyone loves it.
In terms of playing, I love playing and hearing Sam sing Take Me to the River. In terms of my own singing, I really love doing The Clash 1977, or Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, which is a song that Nick introduced me to. I didn't know it at all.
I bet that you look good on the dance floor.
I like Hung My Head because it's the one I have to concentrate on. The others I kind of switch off a little bit. Blackest Eyes is good again because I have to concentrate, but Superstition is my favourite because I just get to show off and it's kind of good.
I particularly like to play Superstition. The version we do is pretty good, I think, actually. Yeah, it's a really nice song to play. Good drum riff and a good bass line. So yeah, Superstition it is.
Good night and thank you. Nick, Hugh, Tris, Sam, again, thanks a lot. Undercover.